fog in the morning would yield to a beautiful bluebird day for our hike. We're hiking Roman Nose today. I'm with the hiking group, and there's quite a few people, so I'm going on ahead just a little bit, just so I can get some quiet footage here. But this is the bridge that starts it. Most of your elevation that you gain coming up here is the drive up, so there's not much, but we'll get some great views. And the nice part of hiking up here in the fall is that all the larches have turned. And once we get up to the lakes, the blue water of the lakes and all the fall colors just really seem to pop. Like this great little tree right here. So it should be a good day. Nice weather. Start off the hike, you get a nice boardwalk, but I think the total elevation gain on this hike is probably about 700 feet, so it's not bad. It's pretty good. There are grizzly bears up here, and black bears, and wolves, and that kind of thing. So make sure you have your bear spray with you, know how to use it, because you just never know. But there's a crowd of about 15 of us today, so I don't think we're going to see anything today, but you never know. And you can see after the boardwalk, the trail's pretty nice. There's some rock, but it's in great condition, and like I said, the views are going to start popping. Like I said, here come the views. It's just a beautiful day. I'm not sure how warm it is, but I just have a long sleeve shirt on and pair of leggings, and it's warm enough, and it's the 9th or 10th of October, something like that. So just good day to hike, see fall colors, and just get out and stretch your legs a little bit, get into the backcountry. So they're coming to the Y, and you can go straight, but we're going to go to the lakes, and they show you the loop sign here, and that loop takes you around for some views of the lower lake that's by the parking lot, but we're going to go to the right and go up to the two upper lakes. One's actually called the lower lake and the other one's called the upper lake. I don't know, my husband and I just called the lake by the parking lot lake. And here we are. Look at those larches down there. Isn't that gorgeous? But we get up here and you can see the range up there, out there. And it's quite breathtaking. We'll get up here further and I can take some better pictures of the view. And the granite rock that's all up in this particular area where all these alpine lakes are, it just adds to the scenery. It's so beautiful. I think the group should be coming up behind me pretty soon, so I won't be able to video in silence. See what I mean? You can see the range over there. It's gorgeous. So we're coming on the part of the trail where you can go down to the lower lake, which I think the group is going to do that first. If not, I'll be down there by myself. But a couple of years ago when we came up here, they had different signs. They had wooden signs, and I think they just started to crumble. So they started doing this. So we're going to take a right, and we're going to go to the lower lake. And it goes down. We just climbed up a bunch, and now we're going to go down. So there's our first look at Roman nose, and it kind of looks like a nose that's laying, like a face that's laying down, and you're looking at it. But it's just pretty much a granite mountain here. Then we'll look down in the valley and look at all the larches. They've just really popped. We were up at Snow Lake on Thursday, and they hadn't popped like this, so a couple days just makes a difference. So a minute ago I was wrong. That sign that I saw, yes, we were going to the right to come to the lakes. The other way would take you to the loop that would take you up to the parking lot, the overview of the parking lot lake. They called this the second and the third lake, and I think the sign before said lower lake and upper lake. But the first lake is at the parking lot that you see. So yeah, we are going to go to the right. And I don't know if the group's going to follow me that way or not. I think they were up there discussing where they were going to go. So we'll see. You mostly walk through a lot of huckleberry bushes on this trail, as well as a lot of these alpine trails. And so there would be bears normally probably through here, but right now there's not. And this is kind of where you kind of walk through a lot of granite. It's pretty. But as you can see, fall colors. And I wish, people have said this before, I wish there was smell-o-vision, because when these pines get warm and they send off their scent, it's just wonderful. When you get it when you're hiking, this beautiful, beautiful smell of the pines. And what I like when I'm not with the group is just the quiet, the absolutely peacefulness that this place offers. So you just kind of walk on the granite, and you just kind of, people have put in cairns here, which they don't really want you to do. Oh, this is interesting. Somebody must have camped here. I suppose you could, and built a fire here. Hopefully they didn't build a fire too soon, or too long ago, because it's been really dry and a lot of fires this year. But you just walk along this, and down at this lower lake, I think is probably one of the better campsites. However, most people prefer the upper lake because it's prettier and it's deeper. You can dive off a rock and swim and that kind of thing. This lower lake, I suppose you could swim in it too, but it's, I guess, it's not as pleasing to the eye maybe, but there's another fire somebody built, and you get a good view of Roman Nose. A lot of people hike up to the top there. I've never been up there. Maybe some year go up there, because you can see Snow Lake from there. But again, we got the view of the hillsides over the mountains over here and the larches. So we're gonna go this way because the trail's over here, and it can get confusing, but it's not that hard to find. It's not a huge area up here. So you just keep going down, and it'll take us down to what I call the lower lake. So here's a campsite that's at the lower lake, and I think it's really pretty nice. I don't know how flat the tent spots would be, but you got your fire pit, and right next to the lake, you got a great view. I suppose you could put your tent. It's not real flat over there, but and then you're a really short walk from the water. This little trail will take you right down to it. And then, I'm not going to go over there, but I'll show you where my husband and I usually go and have our lunch. This group wants to eat lunch at the upper lake, so that's fine. But this trail will take you, and if you look over there, okay, I'm going to pan in. We go over there, and the lake looks like it's higher, so I don't want to go over there. I think it's going to be really wet, but we go over there and we sit, and that's where we have our lunch. And then look towards the other direction. I might go down here so that I can take a picture across the lake just to show you, but I don't know if I get down maybe just a little closer. Well, I don't know if I will be able to get a good shot, but so here's kind of at the end of the lake, and if I pan over here, you can see where I was standing when I took a picture headed up this particular direction. So there's somebody standing over there right now. Probably can't see him, but yeah. Actually, I think it would be less populated. It'd probably be a good place to camp, you know, for just an overnight, because it's, I don't know, maybe 3 miles up here, if that. I don't even think it's that. I think it's just a couple miles. But you get a lot of solitude, and if you come on the weekend, you won't, but during the week, you might. Okay, so now we're going to go to what they call the third lake, and that's where the group is. Just met some backpackers that spent the night at the upper lake, and they said, yeah, that's quite a mob. It is. So I'm hanging back so I can be alone. So this is the trail to the upper, and you know, again, all this great rock that's in here with all these little squatty alpine trees. I love it. And of course the smell, and I think that's bottlenose, or bottleneck, I guess. Bottleneck Lake, or Peak. And because Snow Lake is just on the other side, so I think that's what that is, but I can't get my peak finder to find it, I guess, for some reason. It's weird. But anyway, I think that's what it is. I'll look at it later and post it on here. But the trail is a nice trail. I mean, there is rocks that stick out, there's roots that stick out, so you just have to be careful, but really, most people could do this. It's not that hard of a hike, and like I said, you drive up, and that's your elevation, and all total, I'll post it when I'm done, but I think it's only about 700 feet of elevation gain, which is really gradual. I mean, it's not like you're going up a steep cliff or anything, so it's real nice. And this area really does provide a nice place to backpack if you just want to do, as a fellow YouTuber, and I'm going to mention you here, Stu, if you ever watch this. He's calling his one-night stands to get you used to backpacking and sleeping in the backcountry, and you have an easy out if you start and you don't like it and you just want to get out. Like I said, I think it's only like 3 miles into the first lake or less, so it's not very far. You can get out pretty easy if you want to, but it's just a really nice area. It's really pretty, and like I said, in the summertime it gets really busy. I know, especially on the weekend, and my husband and I have come up here during the week. We usually come in the fall, and yeah, we've seen maybe 3 or 4 people, but it's not as crowded as it gets in the summertime. So we're going to come into a really pretty area right here, and I'll connect you when we get there. Okay, we're coming into this area where you can see the white of the rock and the larches and the green. It's beautiful. Okay, here we come to that area I just showed you with all the larches and the white rock. And just up here a little ways, we'll be coming up to the lake. But it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So here's another boardwalk to keep the fragile plants from getting ruined. And you walk in quite a ways on this until you can see the lake, which is going to be to my right, and it's just right over here. There's a campsite up here. I'll show you. Wouldn't be a bad one, but most people like to stay closer up to the deeper end of the lake. So it's over here, and I think it can be a little wet. Oh, I missed it. It's over in the other section. I'll just walk to it. But this is at the end of the lake here. And you can see how absolutely stunning this lake is. Gorgeous, gorgeous. But the campsite is over here. This is really muddy I'm walking through. So you want to make sure that you are definitely up on the higher ground. But this looks wet too. But this is where a campground was, and it looks like they've taken this away. So I'm wondering if it isn't the Forest Service. They don't want you to camp in some of these areas. So we'll go see if we can find another one. I don't know of really good ones up here at the upper lake, but maybe there are, and I just don't know about them. But that lower lake, you know, you could camp there and then come up here and do a day hike and explore up here. So here's one right here, and this one might be one of the better ones. There's a little chipmunk right there. Don't want to scare it, but you know, you could put a couple of tents in here. Looks like maybe 2, possibly 3. You're going to be really close to the cook area though. But nice seating. I'm wondering if the guys I passed, if this is where they stayed. I don't know. So here's the upper lake, and I don't know if you can see it, but it is a lot deeper by quite a bit. And there's fish. It's very pretty. I don't know if there's campsites on that back side or not. I don't know how you would get there. Maybe from the left side. I'm not sure. Of course, there's Roman nose. You can see him laying down. Yeah. So I can see the group over here, so I'm going to wander over there and have lunch. Just a beautiful spot. Absolutely breathtaking here. Perfect spot to have my snack with a great view. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful here. I always love coming to this place. It's a drive to get up here. The road's not great shape. It's pretty rocky and bumpy and a lot of holes, but it goes slow. You can make it. Usually it takes about 2 hours just to get up here, so. But it's worth it. So it looks like somebody's used this as a campsite. You've got your little eating area down here, and you can sit on the rocks. And then it does look like you could probably get a tent in here, although it's not very flat, that's for sure. And I don't know if there's anything further where you could put a tent. I don't see it, but I suppose you could. Yeah, I suppose you could put a tent right there, and I don't know. I don't know if further down there's one or not. I can't really tell. I suppose down there you might be able to put a tent. Might be better to go down there and then have your eating area up here. So anyway, well, I guess the gang's leaving, so I should probably get going. But it's one of these places you just want to linger. It's so beautiful. So just another shot of the lake as I go by it. Again, it's really pretty, but I think the camping options here are not as nice as the lower as far as an actual site. Although maybe that first one, when you first come to the lake, would be a good one. The rest of them up here, I think, are, you know, you don't get the flat stuff. So anyway, my annual trip to Roman Nose, and hopefully I don't trip on the trail. Haha. Hopefully my finger's not in the video. So anyway, I got to catch up to the group because I'm riding with one of them and don't want to miss my ride. So off we go. Like I said, it is a little boulder trail here, but it's not too bad. I mean, I'm 65 and I can do it, so hopefully you can too. Here's the sign that shows you which way to go to the lakes, but we're going to turn around and go back the way we came, and then we're going to do this loop that's up here so that we can see the parking lot lake view. Coming up on that, I think. At least I can hear the group. Oh, I guess I gotta go up a little further. So it looks like some of the group are going back the other way. I'm gonna go this way because I didn't go to the left. So we'll all end up in the same spot. But I really want to do this loop. I haven't done it. My husband and I started it and realized we weren't really where we needed to be. Here's a sign, but you can't really read it. So anyway, there's the view. There's the view. And I'm going this way. So I know I won't get left. And it's not that much further. You do the loop trail and you still get the great views of Romanose. Then I know it's going to turn left towards the other lake. But it's still very, very pretty. And I think I'm the only one on this trail. Everybody else must have done it earlier, or they decided not to. Oh, there's somebody.
Switch back down or something.
Yeah, we switched back down the hill.
There's parking lot lake. And there's where we parked over there.
Oh, yeah.
And here's the rest of the range with the larches. So there's a view of the lower lake, and the upper one is further that way. This is really nice, but it's sure taking you around this trail. Like I said, I've never done this, the whole thing. My husband and I started to come up it and then decided we were going the wrong way. But I've never done the whole thing, so this is like a new part of the trail for me. So I'm loving it. And I think it's going to have to turn left at some point and then go around the parking lot lake to the trailhead, yeah. So I'm going to back up. So this is part of the loop trail, and I didn't get to ever see this. This is kind of cool. I don't want to turn it too far to the left because the sun's right there. That's pretty fun. But the trail definitely gives you more view of the parking lot lake right down there. There's boardwalks you can walk on over there and just kind of hang out. But yeah, it just gives you a whole nother view, which is really cool, I think. And you're just facing this pretty much. So yeah, this is nice. I'm glad I did this. Glad I came this way. Much the sun's gonna wipe this out, but that's pretty cool. Boulder field down there. And I'm getting closer to the parking lot. This is so beautiful. I love it up here. I think this is one of my favorite fall hikes. The lakes are just stunning. And Beehive, the hike up really isn't my absolute favorite because it's a hard one to go up. I mean, you know, it's probably moderate, but usually if you do it early in the season, it seems really hard. But the reward is when you get up and you sit at that lake and it's just absolutely gorgeous. That's when I'd love to backpack up to and spend the night, but yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. So I'm doing this loop counterclockwise, and I think I like this because there's switchbacks, and you know, I'm going down the switchbacks where at the beginning of the loop on the at the start of where it begins, once you've seen the two lakes, you've already hiked up some elevation, so you're not gaining it all like you would be on this. So it's just kind of nice going down the switchbacks here, and you know, pretty soon I'm going to connect with the other trail that'll take me to the trailhead. So yeah, it's just real pretty, and I just love the boulders with all the colors around them, and it just makes it really striking. And this is probably, like I said, the last weekend. You know, might surprise us and might be a little bit nice, and people could come up here and do this again. But when the snow hits this area up here, because you're up so high, it makes it really difficult to get up here. And I know some people snowmobile up here, you know, get up here, but one person I talked to said, you know, up in this area there's a danger of avalanches and stuff like that is what they said. So I don't know if that's true. I mean, I don't know. I've never been up here at that time, so I don't know. Okay, I'm thinking this is where it joins the other trail. Let's see if I'm right. I thought it was last time and it wasn't, and I think no, that's a tree. It's not the sign, it's a tree. But I think I'm low enough now that I should be meeting up with it. And I really thought those other people were going to be coming down that were up there on the top of the loop with me, but I think they turned around because I didn't hear them. So I might be the last one back to the parking lot, which is not a good thing, but because I hate to have people wait on me, but I'm coming. And I'm pretty sure, well, I'll let you see when I get there, I guess. No. All right, I found where it merges with the main trail. There's the marker. Right there. So, there you go.